We're going to talk about the SAT and the ACT test, not in the context of how much to prep, what's a good score, which one you should take. We're going to talk about it in the context of this pandemic. My name is Ed Sanderson. I'm the CEO of Ducerus Total College Solution. So the SAT and the ACT have been around for a long time. The ACT has been around since 1959, and the SAT has been around since 1899. So a lot of history on these tests, and over the years, they've changed in a lot of ways, some positive, some negative. But we find ourselves in an interesting situation these days because the SAT has been one of the academic pieces of the acceptance process that has been controversial, to say the least, whether it's from a scandal on people trying to cheat the system to get better scores, to get their students admitted to prestigious universities, or the fact that a lot of students, underprivileged, are not able to afford prep services that can help them get better scores. So the question is, should we keep it? Should it go away? And through the pandemic, a lot of institutions are going away from the standardized testing, not because it's good or bad, it's because it's not available. You can't take the test publicly based on what's happening with the health around people's health around the country. But I think it's really important to understand the unintended consequences of not being able to take the test. So in a recent article from the Washington Post, it said that the University of Virginia got 48,000 applications. They're up 15% from the previous year's students who are applying. How about the University of Berkeley? 112,000 applications. That's up 28% than the previous year. In Harvard, 57,000 applications, it's up 42%. What does that mean? It basically means that now that there isn't a test that's required to get admitted, more students are gravitating to schools they may not have considered before because of one significant change. That test is either free, test blind, or test optional. And so a lot of students have elected not to take it because they can't, or they've taken it and they are not submitting the scores. Is this good news or is this bad news? And what does it mean for the entire SAT, ACT platform? Well, it remains to be seen what's going to happen with the platform. But like I said, it has survived for a long time, and billion-dollar companies don't exactly want to go away just because the climate has changed. So there's probably going to be adjustments, but it really doesn't matter what they do. The question is, what should you be doing? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should still consider taking the test. 1, if you can get it, and it still remains to be seen at this time whether you'll be able to take it or not, but if you can, the fact of the matter is you have absolutely nothing to lose. If you take the test and you don't do well and the test is optional, guess what? You don't have to submit it. If you do well on the test, why might you want to submit it? Well, what does it tell the university or college? If the percentages are going up and a lot of schools are saying, we're going to go test blind, or it's not necessary, what it tells the school is that you're committed to the process. No matter if the process has changed or not, you're committed to it. That commitment shows that you are absolutely committed to getting into their university or their college. You're willing to do whatever it takes to be considered not only for academics, but telling them that you are a serious student and you're going to take the test, and hopefully it helps. The third reason, which no one really even talks about, there are a lot of scholarships and grants that are attached to the performance of these tests. So if you take a test and you have a lot of students applying to a school that don't take the test, and there's a scholarship available that was based on those scores, there's a good chance you still might be able to get a merit-based scholarship for what you're able to do on those tests. So listen, I don't know what's going to happen to SAT or ACT. It has changed, like I said, dramatically over the years. But here's what I do know. SAT's been around for 122 years. The ACT is 62 years old. Some version of that test is going to reappear. And a lot of folks are talking about it coming back online so you can take it online. But because of the scandal, they're concerned about people being willing to and able to cheat. But I don't think they're going away quietly. Something's going to change. Think about this. I think one of the changes that might be coming, I saw a glimpse of this at USC not that long ago, where there may be a video essay that you may have to answer that tells them more about you than a test would ever do. And I will say this, if you're thinking about, well, what can I do if there is no SAT or ACT test to make myself stand out? I'd be thinking long and hard about really diving in and writing incredible essays to talk about who you are on the inside. Additionally, although things may be shut down now, I'd be thinking about, what can I do in the community? How can I help other people? What can I do to show that I'm a leader? Those are the things that are going to help you stand out between you and the increase in numbers of students that are applying to universities and colleges that you might be interested in. So what's the conclusion of all this? Things are going to change. They always do. The academic process, the admissions process, things will evolve. Your job is to make sure you're doing everything humanly possible to give yourself the best chance to get in. And that just may mean that you're taking the SAT or the ACT test.